I'm Dr. Alexandra Brown, a board-certified dermatologist, and welcome to my channel. Today marks a new series where I'm on a mission to find the right sunscreen for you. Please take a note that I have personally purchased all the sunscreens that we're going to review today because I want the reviews to be completely unsponsored and unbiased. All the opinions of the sunscreens are going to be of my own. Today we're going to focus on drugstore SPF because finding affordable sunscreen that fits your skin's needs shouldn't be that hard or expensive. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that follow button, and then also in the comments let me know if there's other sunscreens you'd like me to purchase and review for future videos. Our first review today is going to be on the e.l.f. Skin Suntouchable Invisible SPF 35. This does happen to be water resistant up to 80 minutes and it appears to be like a blurring primer. I have purchased this a while ago. I have already reviewed it in shorts on my Instagram and TikTok, but we're gonna go a little bit more in depth today with the other drugstore brands. This does in fact act like a blurring primer and it was perfect underneath the makeup. It contains the meadowfoam seed oil and aloe, which will hydrate and soothe your skin. It is like this gel formula. It has no white cast whatsoever, and it does not have a super greasy feel either. It is pure chemical or inorganic sunscreen. There's no smell whatsoever. It has this velvety smooth texture. I do think it's great for all skin types, including dry, normal, combination. However, if you're on the more oily side, you may not love the feel 100% because it does feel a little bit thick. It is also kind of hard to apply the proper amount, in my opinion, because you have to apply the 2 finger lengths for it to cover your entire face and neck, and that just seems to be too much. So with sunscreen such as this one, I would recommend applying maybe half of the recommended amount, letting that soak in, and then going with the second layer. Since this is a chemical sunscreen, if you're very sensitive to sunscreens, you may want to consider doing a patch test first. The e.l.f. sunscreen comes in 1.7 ounce bottle. Cost is $14, bringing the price to $8.24 per ounce, so pretty affordable. I have heard that some people call this the dupe for the unseen sunscreen, so I went ahead and purchased both, and I'm going to do a little comparison for you. Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen, I purchased this in 1.7 ounce. Yes, this is the one I purchased, and my cost was $38, so it is about twice as much, actually a little bit more than twice as much as the e.l.f. Now, as far as the application, they're very similar in the texture, in the sense that they have that gel-like texture, except the e.l.f. felt a little thicker, more like gel, whereas the Unseen almost applied like a thicker serum. I personally have preferred Unseen sunscreen by far because it was really easy to apply makeup on top versus when I used e.l.f. I felt like makeup sometimes rolled off. I also found that Unseen was quite a bit lighter on my combination to oily skin, whereas e.l.f. appeared a little too heavy for me. The only other notable difference between the two is that Unseen is SPF 40, unlike Suntouchable, which is SPF 35, and e.l.f. is also water resistant to 80 minutes, whereas the Supergoop is only resistant to 40 minutes. For me, this one's the winner between the two. However, this is not a drugstore brand and it is a little bit more expensive. The next one, we have Eucerin Age Defense with Hyaluronic Acid SPF 50. This one comes in 2.5 ounces at $16 or $15.99, and bringing the price down to $6.40 an ounce. Very affordable. This is a chemical sunscreen or organic sunscreen, just like e.l.f. So if you're sensitive and your skin is really prone to breakouts, make sure you do a patch test before applying to your entire face. This one does contain the 5-AOX shield, which is a unique antioxidant with properties to help slow down the aging. It is also enriched with hyaluronic acid, so if you're looking for all-in-one type of a product, she might be your girl, because not only are you going to get the anti-aging benefit, the moisturization, you get the whole sunscreen in there as well. It does go on very invisible because it is an organic chemical sunscreen. Does not leave any sort of white cast. It has no smell to it. It did not irritate my eyes. One more thing to make note of this one, it does not state that it's water resistant at all, which I think is perfect for daily use, but not for heavy activities where you're going to be sweating or swimming. It leaves you with a glowing finish, so if you don't like the glowing finish, this might not be your girl. I think this is really ideal for mature, dry skin, perfect under makeup because it will help hydrate and plump those little fine lines so when you apply the makeup, it doesn't crease. However, if you tend to run more combination to oily, this might not be your thing, or if you don't like glowy skin, this might not be your thing. I tend to vary my sunscreen summer to winter, so in the summer when I did purchase this, I did not love using it by itself or under the makeup. In the winter might be a different story. My skin, for reference, is combination to oily, so this is probably more ideal for more dry, mature skin. Next one up, we have Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hyaluronic Acid Moisturizer with Sunscreen of SPF 50. There were several of you who wanted me to review this, and I have to say, I love the way this goes on. This is very, very lightweight. It is extremely hydrating. It is not thick at all, not greasy, has no smell whatsoever. I did think it irritated my eyes after wearing it all day, maybe a little bit, but you're gonna have to try it for yourself. This is also an organic or chemical sunscreen, so if you have very sensitive skin, you may wanna do a patch test before you're applying to your entire face. This has a very lotion-like texture and absorbs really quick. It does leave you with a dewy finish, but not thick dewy, more like it absorbs and you just feel hydrated but lightweight. No white cast whatsoever. Do you think it's a perfect for somebody who's looking for moisturizer and sunscreen all in one? So if you're just on the go, you're more in a dry, maybe combination skin, and you just want one that has everything in it, she's your girl. It is also not water resistant, which I think is just fine for everyday sunscreen. I don't think it's ideal if you have more oily skin or you don't like the dewy finish. If you're looking for matte finish, you're probably not gonna like this. But if you want something that will hydrate and absorb really quick, I think it'll also go really well under makeup because it is so lightweight. This one comes in 1.7 ounces, price is $16.99, bringing the price to about $10 an ounce. So not the cheapest drugstore brand, but I think it's worth it. I will probably be using this in the winter months, just not in the summer, only because it's a little bit too hydrating for my combination to oily skin. The next one up, we have the La Roche Posay Anthelios Light Fluid Sunscreen. This is the ultra light. These also come in tinted. I just have the white one here. You do have to shake it. It has that little ball in there to kind of emulsify the sunscreen, so this needs to be shaken prior to the use. This also comes in a 1.7 ounce bottle. The cost is $33.50 for the bottle, bringing the price to $19.71. A little bit pricier even than the Neutrogena, but let's talk about the properties of this sunscreen and who's it ideal for. This is super lightweight. It absorbs really, really fast. Just like the rest of the ones we discussed so far, this is also organic or chemical sunscreen, so it is not going to leave any sort of white cast. It is oil-free, non-comedogenic, and it does leave with a matte finish. So for all of you oily girlies that have been listening to this, here's the one you should be trying. It is formulated with the Cell Ox Shield technology, which gives you advanced protection against the UV radiation. It is completely fragrance-free, and unlike some of the other ones that I reviewed, this one is water resistant to 80 minutes. So if you're oily and you are sweating, you're running outside, you're gonna go swim, this one's your sunscreen. Our next sunscreen is SunBum Face SPF 50. This one is water resistant to 80 minutes, and some of you guys made me purchase this one to review it, and I have to say we have loved this in my household. The water resistant to 80 minutes and face has been like a deal breaker for us for sports activities. My kids play a lot of sports, so this one has been our go-to. It does not irritate eyes whatsoever, despite the fact that it is chemical/organic sunscreen. It is really lightweight, feels more like a lotion rather than a cream. It absorbs really quick, leaves pretty natural finish, not super matte, not glowy, very natural finish. It does contain a little bit of vitamin E, which sometimes I'm worried that might break out acne-prone skin, but we haven't had problems with it at all. Being that it's water resistant to 80 minutes, it is great for outdoor activities, sweating activities, beach days. I think it's great for any skin type, great for kids and adults alike. Being that it's organic or chemical sunscreen, it does not leave any white cast whatsoever. This will definitely be a staple in our household from now on. This one comes in 3 ounces. The price is $15.49, bringing the price down to $5.16 an ounce. You can't go wrong with it. We will be repurchasing this in our household. This one also has no smell whatsoever. Now, if you've been watching this and going, I just want mineral sunscreens, I've got you covered. I purchased this one. This is the Neutrogena Pure Mineral. It says invisible, so that was where I was going for because a lot of the mineral sunscreens are known for the white cast. It comes in 1.4 ounce bottle. It is really lightweight lotion-like. The price was $16.99, bringing the price down to $12.14 per ounce. So not very expensive if it does what you want it to do. It is 100% mineral sunscreen, so you want to be very careful, make sure it doesn't leave a white cast. It did not leave a white cast on me. It has no smell whatsoever. It did not irritate my eyes. However, if you're darker complected, this might leave slight white cast. Pure mineral sunscreen with 4.9% titanium dioxide and 21.6% zinc oxide. Now make a note that I personally find titanium dioxide a little bit heavier than zinc oxide, so if you're looking for a mineral sunscreen, zinc tends to be less white cast-ish in my opinion. The higher the titanium dioxide content, the higher the chance of it leaving white cast in general. It is really lightweight, it is not greasy, not ideal for darker skin types, but it is perfect for somebody with dry, normal, or sensitive skin. Okay guys, that's all I have for today. I really hope this was helpful for you. I was trying to pick some organic and some mineral or inorganic sunscreens to give you some choices. If you have any other sunscreens you want me to review, please comment below. I'll purchase them and we'll go ahead and get into it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow me for more tips. You can also find shorter versions of all of my videos on Instagram and TikTok at Dr. Alexandra Brown, and that's Dr. Alexandra Brown at Dr. A-L-E-K, no X. Catch you next time.